A story can be a powerful thing. It can teach a lesson and form a link that spans generations. Author Dunn shared some Ojibwe stories with students at Eagleview Elementary in Pequot Lakes this week. Becky Parker tells us how they celebrated reading in this week's Golden Apple.
It starts with a man. Many things do.
Ojibwe storyteller and author Ann Dunn knows many stories. Some she has written and some have been passed down.
Because look at this, all the snow in my hair. I've been around a long time and I've heard a lot of stories. Oh, some of them aren't worth repeating, but some of them are.
Dunn grew up listening to her mother and grandmother tell the legends and fables of the Ojibwe. She has published some of them in books like Winter Thunder, Retold Tales. Dunn shared a few stories with Eagleview Elementary students, and each tale taught a lesson.
All of the stories are really good teachers. And when you're in a school and you're surrounded by children, you want to do something that's really helpful. In fact, I've been told that if a story doesn't really help anyone, it's not worth telling.
Originally from northern Minnesota, Dunn now lives in Deer River, but she spends much of her time touring schools, hospitals, and libraries.
Those are the stories they want to hear. If you have a Native American storyteller in the vicinity, then when that person shows up, you expect to hear some old stories, and that's what I have.
Eagleview's Celebrate Reading Night featured Dunn's storytelling, along with breakout activities to help instill in the students a love of reading and teach them more about the culture. After the stories were told, some of the students took part in Ojibwe games, such as Firekeeper.
I kind of liked being the firekeeper because I was kind of diving all over the place.
They also learned a few Ojibwe words.
Today's word is Shkodapashake.
Many of these stories are passed down for generations, and by sharing her tales, Dunn may have made an impression on future storytellers.
I carry the story forward, hoping that somebody will really embrace it and say, I want to tell this story. I want to be a storyteller. I will be a storyteller. Maybe it happened today. Maybe those children that I spoke to will want to be storytellers.
And she says though you don't get rich telling stories, it is enriching. For this week's Golden Apple, Becky Parker, Lakeland News.
And Dunn also visited Pine River Bacchus schools this week. They have held a community read event for the past 4 years, but this was the first for Pequot Lakes.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.